Argentina has long struggled with traffic congestion and its related air pollution. Part of helping alleviate traffic congestion is creating intelligent infrastructure and new models for public and private mobility. The urban shuttle is one alternative. It consists of two main components: the shuttle car, a mini-seater electric vehicle, and the shuttle bus, a conveyor of 6 mini vehicles. Both would be powered by electricity. If you've ever spent time on the streets of London, you know how frustrating and expensive the experience can be. We challenge developers of software to submit new or existing software applications that would assist in reducing traffic congestion on London streets and add value to London drivers. The winner, Appy Parking, is the first app of its kind to map out every single controlled parking zone in Greater London. That's more than 1,600 parking zones. And now, Erica, please join me.
Thanks, Ken. Lisbon is one of the 11th most populous areas in the European Union, with more than 3 million people living in the metropolitan area. It's also one of the oldest cities in the world, and it faces increasing congestion due to the mountains and hills that surround the city. Our challenge is to use software to redefine and improve how goods and services are delivered in Lisbon and other large cities. The winner is Smart Taxi, an application that uses continuous analysis of location data to predict where the highest demand for drivers is.
Smart Taxi is demand forecasting for taxi drivers. We take real-time data from the cab, process it, and give taxi drivers directly on their smartphone the heat map. There they can see the zone with more probability to find the customers.
In cities, there are taxi drivers who do twice as much money as non-taxi drivers, and this is because they know where they have to be. We help them all to distribute around the city and be at the right place at the right time.
Our solution already implemented in Barcelona and Moscow. Now we are working on the pilots in Brussels and Dubai. With help of Ford, we can go further and go really international.
Now, imagine it's monsoon season in Mumbai. It's hot, and it's been raining heavily for weeks. For the more than 18 million people living there, the monsoon season can severely hamper mobility. The Mumbai Monsoon Helper, an Android application, will provide current weather details and weather forecast. It'll crowdsource information for waterlogging and weather maps that will help increase traffic flow. In the medical community, it is generally understood that the sooner trauma patients reach definitive care, particularly if they arrive within 60 minutes of being injured, the better their chance of survival. These 60 minutes are referred to as the gold hour. Delhi, like many other urban areas around the world, has a significant number of road accidents. And these accidents to the everyday commuter challenge the urban commuter there and significantly hinder the ability for trauma victims to get to care centers. We challenge developers to create software to help deliver timely and better care to trauma victims in Delhi. The winner is an app that aims to have a volunteer community that can help out others in times of need and have authorities oversee the operations.
My name is Dhruv Dini, and I'm a Ford Mobility Challenge winner.
I'm Akshay Shah, a sophomore at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign.
My team's idea was to implement Flare as a solution for a Golden Hour challenge. Our application Flare is meant to be a solution at places like India, where the transportation infrastructure is not too strong. So it's difficult for emergency services to reach at accident sites and crime sites on time.
I think that mobility challenge is important because it gives developers perspective, and if authorities are not there present in, say, in New Delhi, how can they reach out to volunteers who are willing to help out in the same locality? We need to know where we can optimally divide our resources up and send them where they need it the most.
Using Flare, you can report a crime or an event, and it sets up a marker on a web application, which can be used by authorities to service a certain location.
People can be transient, especially in rural communities. In Tamil Nadu, India, like many parts of the world, this mobility makes it tougher for healthcare workers to reach potential patients. The winner of our Open Innovation Challenge developed software that can allow community health workers in Chennai to use pocket-sized fingerprint scanners to identify individuals, many of whom don't have government IDs, and instantly retrieve their medical records on smartphones. This helps improve decision-making for health providers and improve this population's quality of care. Let's check it out.
At Secrets, we are doing biometric identification for low-resource settings. So we are trying to match patients with electronic medical records through a unique identifier, which is the fingerprint. We are developing hardware and software, and the hardware component is a fingerprint scanner.
Small companies came in who work in the mHealth area and said, mHealth is a widely growing market, it's expanding very quickly, we're reaching a lot of patients, but the issue that we always run into is the identity of the people that we're reaching.
So we are trying to come up with a fingerprint scanner as well as open source software that can integrate with existing mHealth apps.
I think the challenge is important to me because it gives me the ability to take skills that I've acquired here building software and to put it into something meaningful, something that will be able to hopefully change someone's life out there.